Hello and welcome. Why isn't it telling me that it's using the microphone? I believe it is. I don't know. Every update that happens on your phone causes something else to stop working. Anyway, I'm here with a haul video because I do actually have like masses of stuff here. I was just looking at what I had and I've managed to knock it all down. Yeah. So it looks like loads because I've got a pile of stuff from my parents, relatives, which is what's in these bags, aside from some of the stuff which I did get from going down to my parents, which just still have tags on, which makes me think, have I actually put this on spreadsheets? Oh yeah, and stuff which I found when I pulled out furniture and I was cleaning, that needs repairing. Yeah, that's by the by. It was something I bought for myself, and then when I put it on, I realised that I was too big for it. But at that point, I was like somewhat in the top, enough to split the material in the top, trying to like get out of the top. Which sounds really mental. Yeah, so I've got stuff there. I've got a lot of stuff, so I do need to do some photography today. So, the first thing that I am going to start with on this whole video are these, because, you know, I think I probably catfished you with the title. So I'm going to just go straight in with it and not like wait to the end, because, you know, it's not... it's like total catfish, you know. This, anyway, is the Bolo thing, and yeah, it's very much an if you know, you know. So they are leather trousers. I have washed them because they very much needed washing. Yeah, they just had, you know, like the standard, like if you've been to a nightclub and there's beer on the floor type splashing, that's what we're going to say it is. Let's hope that it isn't anything else. Right, so that is what they are. I'm afraid I'm quite close to the camera, but they smell very nice and leather. I know that these are quality because I've been to the shop when they had it in England. So that is the logo. That is Rob. So they did have a Rob Manchester, as I've said, and basically what Rob Manchester was, so it used to have Manchester on there, the ones in here, which is what I thought this was, and then I realised that this is Rob Amsterdam. So they have a chain in Amsterdam, and they also have a chain somewhere in Germany, not quite sure where, but I think Amsterdam is like the head office type place. And there must be a label in here which says that this is leather. Although I haven't investigated in any way, because all I've done is literally wash them. Where is it? Anyway, I know that it's leather. I am familiar with what Rob Manchester is. So this is a gay interest brand, male gay interest brand. So Rob Manchester is basically when it was about 2009. When we first moved to Manchester, so we were on a street called Brewer Street, and we were at the very end where the canal was. Halfway down Brewer Street, there was a place called Rob Manchester, which was also part of a gym and sauna for men. So that would probably give you the impression that should like tell you what Rob Manchester is. So the shop itself specialised, I mean, I've been in the shop myself. They don't sell anything for women. And when you're in the shop, there was always be like a windowed door, and you could see like shirtless men going to and from in the sauna and the gym. Anyway, yeah, so it's a gay interest leather brand. So I have paid £4 for these. They will probably, they'll conservatively fetch me £100, maybe 150. Obviously the prices on the website are only in euros, but they're around like the 200, £250 euro region. I don't suppose this phone is charged. Oh, it has got a charge on it. Right, let's have a look. So you may notice as well, it's got this stripe on it. So this stripe is part of what is the handkerchief code, which if you're gay, you'll know what the handkerchief code is. Right, I've managed to click on some random thing. Rob Amsterdam. So Rob Amsterdam. That's Rob Amsterdam. Website. So leather, specialist leather website. Rubber. These are different. Look, hide the message, hide the message. There's nothing shady on this website. It is what it is. So yeah, BDSM. So me and my husband, you know, we've had our club nights. Hence why we've been in there. We've been in there for club nights. It doesn't have anything on here. So these are the sort of like prices that are on the website. I'll have to have I need to do some proper research. But you see, I know as to what the prices are now, because I mean, we're talking like 10, 15 years ago, I think, when we went. So when we got something, because Torture Garden was in Manchester, so Torture Garden, if you go to that nightclub, has a very, very strict dress code. So you have to be wearing like leather. So we got grey striped garment last time, because that just means like general fetish. So the handkerchief code is basically something where gay men, supposedly from the 70s, you would put a handkerchief in your back pocket to tell potential suitors what your sexual preferences are and what you were into. So there are countless things that you can be into, you know, whether it be like, you know, BDSM and, you know, like other sexual, let's not go into this, I'll get demonetized. Anyway, this red stripe means they're into that. So they are into their sexual preferences fisting. This is one of the popular ones, so I won't have any problem selling that. There's also colours, you know, if you're into like playing with feces, or if you're into golden showers or things like that. But yeah, it's not necessarily what everybody's going to know, and hence why I washed these before I started handling them. But I have no doubt that these are fine. They're a 30 waist. I shouldn't have any problems selling them. I've got to try and work out where the label is in them, but I think that's it. I think that they are like hand making them at the factory, so maybe there isn't a care label in it. However, if you ever see that brand, pick it up. And indeed, there's other brands out there that do specialist, you know, leather. So look out for them. When I searched for Rob Manchester, because I didn't, the place is actually closed now in Manchester, and I didn't realise. When I did that search, it came up with other websites. So there's other brands out there, but this is well worth you looking for, because like I say, I'm going to easily get £100 for this. Good time as well to be selling them, because obviously the Pride celebrations are always over the summer months, and you know, there's you see, it's like if somebody even was to get this for Halloween, even if it sticks around as far as Halloween, I'd be very surprised. But there's always really good club nights around like Halloween time, so I'm going to have no problem at all selling them. So that's the Bolo to look out for. It's highly unlikely that you're going to find these, but it's also highly unlikely that the charity shops who've got this are going to send it to their eBay store, because they're going to be clueless. And also whoever's listing at the charity eBay stores is going to be clueless as well. They're not going to know what specialist you know, what theme to put on it, what tags to put on it, like gay interest and all of those other things. So you may well have remembered that I picked up something for adult babies and littles, and I picked that up. It didn't sell straight away because obviously it's niche, it's waiting for a certain person, which is what they will wait for. But I sold that dress for £50, and that was an American brand, and it was an easy sell, no trouble, no quibble. I will probably also, when I list it, put private listing on it, because sometimes people who buy this don't want it to be seen on their eBay account. So when I sold that other item, that other fetish related item, I put private listing, and you know, it does the trick and it opens up more buyers. So hopefully that will have helped somebody. It is niche, and it's on, you know, but you never know, you might see these things. You're probably going to see like shorts and things, you won't see like thongs and the rest of it, trust me. Since my old manager left, I'm doing a lot of like different jobs at the shop, and a lot of the stuff which I'm doing involves sorting. And you'll get a bag and you'll start emptying out, and then you'll get to the underwear, and you know, it's like at least three out of 5 bags has got somebody's underwear in it, or you know, it's socks at the very least that they think that a charity shop wants. So yeah, it is what it is. Right, so this is stuff I've got this week. I honestly thought I'd left this. I didn't realise that I'd picked this up. Oh, it is a size 16. Anyway, right, so I'm going on to the normal stuff now. So I have got East. It is a dress. I know people do really well with East. I am absolutely lousy at selling at East, but let's see how this one does. And I've even had the East things that people rave about. I just cannot sell it. I'll probably get 25 quid for this if I'm lucky. I know that some people can get like 50. It's never happened to me, so I'm just going to say a conservative 25. I've got a whole bunch of t-shirts. So these are all basic, like 3 quid ones. I've got a Barber. They're all small sizes. So this all counts against it. Yeah, Berghaus. And those I expect to get £15 for. Maybe 20, but I doubt it. I doubt it very much. And then I've got a pretty green one in medium. With, you know, I mean, I've missed the boat for Liam Gallagher touring, have I not? Or is he not done London yet? Don't know. He's done a lot of nights up here, obviously, for obvious reasons. Yeah, so that's got all of the print. Yeah, paisley print that you want. But I'm still only going to get 20 for that. At one point, you could get like 30. But this is just it. The arse has fallen out of so many things. This was going in the rag, but I took it for a quid because I can sew, and I'll sort that out. So this is Reese merino wool, but obviously I'm going to get 10 to 20 for that because I'm going to repair it. I'm getting quite good at my repairs. I've got a knack to it now, in that you sew round it and sort of pull some integrity into the hole, and then you sort of just pull it together, and it does disguise it. It's not a totally invisible mend, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better at it. Repair pile. So this is fabulous, but I think it's got marks on it. I know it's got marks on it because I saw the bloody marks, and I hate cream because the marks are always, nearly always, fake tan. I don't know why it would have that, because it's still got the plastic on the J. So I've just sold, it's Juicy Couture. I thought that was like pretty obvious. I've also got the matching trousers, so it's like 3 quid for each. Oh, and they're XL as well. So if that's XL, if this is XL, then I'm a fisherman. This is XL. Oh, this is Juicy Couture Black Label. I've never seen that. So this week I've listed a Juicy Couture tracky top this week. You know, and it's like when I got to like listing it, I was like, oh God, what have I done here? I mean, it's gone, so I can't show you. I do have the listing, obviously, because it's only gone this week. But the J that it had on the zipper, so they always have these shaped J's on the zipper. That was Diamante gem encrusted zipper, and a bunch of the gems had fallen off, and then I had a big thing on the back. This is plain, so I don't expect to get much from that because it's completely plain, but I had this whole thing on the back with JC on it, and that had gems on it. And even as I was like looking at it, you only had to like run your finger on it and the gems fell off, and I'd photographed it and there was gems on the rug, and it was just like, oh God, what have I done here? And I was so annoyed with myself. And then I put it in a plastic bag and there was gems in the bag, and I was just so aggravated with myself. So I put it on, listed it for £10 because I just wanted to see the back of it, and it just didn't feel good enough. It was probably a £50 top without those defects, and somebody snapped it up straight away. And then I looked at what they were selling, and everything that they were selling was Juicy Couture. And I mean, good luck to them. If that's their business model, then good luck to them, and I'm glad it's come to them. I do hope that they have got like a glue gun and that they know how to repair it and it's gone to the right person, or if they were just going to flip it with defects, because they weren't using their own photos, they were all stock photos. But there you go, who knows. But sometimes you sort of get stuff and you just totally annoyed with yourself for not checking it, because I probably would have left that, but I'm terrible at checking things, and I think in the back of my mind I don't want to spend loads of time sourcing. I don't really enjoy it that much, but it is what it is, you know. But I'm not checking as well as I should do. These are really nice, they're in my size, but obviously the leg length will not be my size. I won't wear them because it'll be up here on the boobs. That is one hell of a big box they've got on that. So these, I think I've had like the standard trousers. Yeah, I've had standard trousers on Lucy and Yak before. These are just basic cotton ones with literally no print. They are just black with a little bit of pink accent. £2. In a size medium. We will see. So it's made in India. I remember them doing an announcement saying that because they were getting stuff from India, they'd had to up their prices. But then I feel that Lucy and Yak have tanked their prices with their eBay store. So the last few things I've had from Lucy and Yak, I haven't been able to get much for because they've got an eBay store. And I think I've got something in there that needs washing, or I need to debobble it, or I need to do something with it. There's definitely a backlog, but because I've been away and then I went straight back to work, I haven't dealt with a whole load of stuff which needs dealing with. So I think this is only going to be a £20 job, because Lucy and Yak. I've now got visions of like some factory with a yak barging around, knocking things over. Right, this is this zip, or it is zipped up. This is very pretty. So let me show you. Under the Stories, £3. So obviously Under the Stories is a very strange one. They have quite steep prices in their shop, and some of their stuff is really fabulous and does really well. This is like a Holly Willoughby. Really, really nice floaty dress. Just for this time of year. It is size 40, so I think that's a size 12, although I think theirs runs smaller, and it feels yeah, it is nice chiffon, but it ain't silk. This is definitely just polyester or viscose. But I don't think I should have much trouble with this. I never really know where to gauge these out. I will probably try for the £40 mark just because. Both viscose and polyester on point. I know exactly what it is. I'll probably try for the £40 mark just because, you know, it is wedding-y. You know, remember that we have these like moments of joy with a heat wave, and then it vanishes, and we're all just standing around like waiting waiting for the weather to get better. It's been so windy here for the last 3 days. It's one of the reasons why I've been quite quiet. I had really bad asthma on Thursday, really bad. I couldn't work out what the hell was going on, and I was fine at home, and I know I'd taken my inhalers because I'd gone on to another inhaler, and I was priming it and looking at the date that I'd picked it up, and I'd stickered it, and I'd looked how many actuations I'd got left on my inhaler, and I know I'd taken my inhaler. When I went to work, I felt horrible. I just felt so ill. I nearly went home, but I says, no, I'm not going home, because then I'm just going to sit at home, focus on the fact that I can't breathe, and I just feel awful because I needed a distraction. So I stayed at work even though I was feeling horrible. But it was a really strange one. There was definitely something in the air, and I know that was the election day. I think the Tories knew that they were screwed, because they must have been spraying all of the stuff which they've been stockpiled. I know that I don't consume any of this chemtrails conspiracy, but it seems really weird, because the last 3 days I have heard aircraft over aircraft just sailing round like they've got to get rid of all their chemicals, and they've got to spray them before the next government find out what they've been doing. Very weird. Right, I have got two very, very decent sized sea salt garments. I have got a linen jacket of all things. I am one of these people, I've been listing my coats and my knitwear, and I've actually done quite well on my knitwear. Like I've been saying, it's really windy, and obviously if people are at weddings, they're going to need like something to go on top of it. Probably not so much this is probably more like a holiday thing. Yes, a sea salt, size 20. This was £4, and it's called Casting Call Jacket. Casting Call Jacket. You see, if that was men's, it'd be all over that, because you could call it chore jacket. But it's not. Let's chuck that out of the way. I'm going to get totally confused. These things I need to put on my spreadsheet, because I have not done that. I've just sort of like stockpiled stuff. And then I've got another sea salt thing here in size 20. A dress with some cool flowers on it. You know, just a basic jersey dress. But they have so many of these with various names. This is the seed packet dress. I have had the seed packet dress multiple times. You see, in the past that would have sold within a week, but I have got a lot of stuff that's similar to this, and it's taking a number of months for it to sell. So it is a struggle at the moment. I have no idea what's going on here. I need to get on top of this. This is why I'm so tired today. Obviously not at work. It's embarrassing to say it, but I was like, right, I'm going to sleep until I wake up. The thing that woke me up was work texting me, not because I'd forgotten to go in, just because they were changing my hours, and it was 11:30. I probably would have slept until 1. Yeah, so I think what I was saying, you know, regardless of me like stoking the fire on the chemtrails conspiracy, I think I probably just got a little infection of something, and I'm just generally tired. I didn't stay up to watch the election. on that Thursday, because I'd been ill, we went to, the pair of us were feeling a bit run down. We both went to bed at about 8, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock at night, I think it was. Definitely asleep early. I think it's because we've got this, because we haven't got the Skybox. Update on the Skybox. They have turned us off because we have obsolete equipment. So they are coming round. They said they would come round within a week. They've since sent the date, which is the 20th of July. So we'll have paid for a full 20 days of this. You know, that's where we stand at the moment. When this engineer gets here, he's going to just say, there's nothing I can do. Because I'm so clairvoyant. So they're going to have to let us come out of that contract because they haven't done the right thing. So I have got this dress. This was £3, believe it or not. You know, I had started paying up for this. This is Hobbs. Because I'd paid £6.99 for a Hobbs dress, and it was linen, and I listed it in the winter months, and it sold early spring, and I did get £40 for it. So I don't think I'll get, this isn't linen, and it's just got sailboats on it. So I think realistically, I think 30 to 35 for that. It is a size 12. Yeah, I think that'll do okay. I need to like not confuse what I've got going on here. This I probably shouldn't have picked up, but I just, all this embroidery, I just could not say no. This was £2. Absolutely fabulous. Joe Brown's. It's got everything going for it but that. So size 8. I'm going to be stuck with this for a long time because it's a size 8. But oh, just why couldn't it be bigger? So I have a rule with Joe Brown's, which I've like not stuck to with this as well. Is it's obviously very well worn because all the print has come off the care label. Born wool, so cotton. I mean, it's got everything going for it, and if it was in a, you know, a larger size, fabulous. But that I probably should have left, but then it's £2, and I was just like, well, it's £2. Another good brand here, but it's not really got anything going for it that the people who like this brand will want. So Claudio Luigi, or whatever it is, Lovely. Yeah, so it's just a polo. Obviously it's got this rainbow thing here, so I mean I could put the word pride in that. You know, maybe somebody wants to be subtle at pride, but usually they're very loud prints with Claudio Lugly. So Claudio Lugly does have, there is a Prince of Wales check, which obviously he's now the king, so worth looking out for that. And it's worth checking. So if you do get like a jacket, which is sort of like a tweedy jacket from this brand, check whether it is actually the one that the king has had. What's the word? The one that the king, that is his print. I've only had it once, and I didn't know. It was actually the buyer who purchased it, who was like, I can't believe how you've priced this, and it's a Prince of Wales jack. And I was like, oh right, thanks. But I mean, he was bowled over. He got a jacket. I priced it at 40 quid, so I thought I did quite well out of it. When I paid £1 as well. I mean, we're talking about something that happened 4 years ago. That charity shop has since closed down. It's become an immigration solicitors, you know, just what you need. Well, I don't we need it here. Right, so this, what did I pay for this? £3. I mean, this has got to be it, hasn't it? This, this has got to be it, because so this says everything anthropology. So it's Maeve for anthropology. Maeve for anthropology. I've never seen that brand. But fabulous, ethnic, all the keywords which will completely exit from my brain at the point when I'm like listing that. But I'm hoping that I can get 30 to 40 for that because of what it is. I'm just not so sure about anthropology. Everybody knows these anthropology brands, but some of the care labels I've been looking at recently with anthropology, it says Urban Outfitters on the brand label. This is only small, but it looks very, very big. Yeah, I don't even, yeah, it says for URBN UK Limited. So surely that's Urban Outfitters. I don't know. There's an RN number. I'll look it up. I just think that at one point the prices were better than they were. This is All Saints, so once I get it on the ironing board, I'm going to find a hole in it, or a stain on it, or pit stains. Can't see any of them in a minute, but it's like that. It's that salmon pink, which isn't really salmon pink, so it has to wait for the buyer that wants it. It's just a size small. I've only paid £3. I'm used to be able to get 20 to 25 for these, but I'm sort of like, I've learned that, you know, I can only get around like the 15 mark, but I tend to get these things, the same with the t-shirts, because I just think, well, if I can sell a £15 t-shirt, sometimes it does exactly what it needs to do and kickstarts my sales for the day. It's like today, it's now. I mean, I know this sounds stupid for the fact that I want to crack on with work, but it's 5:15 on a Saturday and I'm not working. But I haven't had a sale today. Is that a lie? Yes. I think I've had offers, but dumbass offers. You know, and the theory is that if I get a dumbass offer and I haven't had any sales, I should take that dumbass offer. But I'd rather take an offer on a t-shirt that I've got for 15 and take an offer of like £12 to kickstart things, rather than take an offer on something that's really stupid. This is Sweaty Betty. This needs a little bit of attention on the waistband because it's just a little bit bobbled, but they're just basic black trousers, so nothing to write home about. I've got some really nice, you know, power leggings, and I haven't sold them, so I think Sweaty Betty has had its day. Another pair of workout leggings here, but these are also more like fashionable ones. They've got a bit of ruching on the side there. These are Lulu. Lemon. Still have a logo somewhere that looks like that beehive haircut. And thankfully as well, they have that code on there which you can put in Google, and Google will tell you what the blinking hell it is. Is it that code? There is a code. That's an RN number. Why does that say A6? Okay, so this one doesn't have it on. So this must be like early stuff. No, it says size 6, but that's in German, so that's size 10. German? That's in US size. So that's size 10. Not fantastic, but you know, they are workout trousers. So hopefully 30 to 40. There's the logo. There's the logo. Must be aware of where logo is so that I don't iron the crap out of it. I am the king, the queen of ironing crap out of things and burning holes in jackets and other stupid things that you don't want to do. So what I was talking earlier about, like basic things, this is more like basic £15 t-shirts and jumper. Oh, these smell nicely laundered. It's so nice, isn't it, when stuff is nicely laundered? So this is COS. Men's cars, just dead in the water, but these are going to be my £15. You know, just keep the money rolling in. I know that you put just as much effort into prepping a £15 top than what you do a £50 top, but things that I've noticed now that I'm like scheduling ahead and I'm like, right, if I want to get 5 things going live a day, I've still got to source 35 things in a week, which is a pain in the arse sometimes. You know, and if you up that to like 7 a day, so that makes it that means you've got to get 49 items a week. Yeah, is that right? You know, so if you're having to like source like 30 to 50 items a week, it just, it's aggravating. And when you're part-time, it's just like, oh, it's added extras. So yeah, cars, so that's an older label. Obviously that's the newer label, but it's all by the by because it's still menswear and it's still hard to sell. Jacket, so what do they like call this? It's not like a petrol wash, but it's like a bleach wash. Not quite a bleach wash, but I mean it's just worn look cars, and they're all size small, so it's just got everything against it. But the jumper was £4, the t-shirts were £2, and it's just an easy flip. When I'm in the middle of doing all the other stuff, I don't so much mind because I can slam a t-shirt on the floor and stick it on a mannequin fairly quickly if I'm in flow state. So I've got another, let me just button it because it just looks like a rag at the minute. So this, they pay £4 for. It is another Joe Brown's garment. And it's not in the size that I'd necessarily want for Joe Brown's. Oh, and I've got to sew this trim back on. So it's a size 12, Joe Brown's. But it's one of these jackets which could be misconstrued as a dress. You know, it's not, if it was steampunk I would be well away, but you know, it isn't. And some of the distressing on it looks like a defect, even though it's not supposed to be. So, you know, it's got all the like embellishments, and it's got the lace that you want. This lace just goes round this, but I'm going to have to put it back on. So that's an extra task for me to do. But, you know, it's sort of got this, it's got this bleached effect around the seams, and then it's like randomly it seems like whoever was doing the bleaching like dropped it a bit there. It's like, I can't tell whether it's a defect or not, but it's not great, but it's got, if this was in a bigger size I'd be well away, but it is just a size 12. I know that size 12 isn't bad and that would fit me, but yeah, it's dusky pink as well. If it was like a steampunk military jacket, I'd be well happy. Onto the repair pile. This is going on the repair pile as well. This was £3, but I've sold this top before. Like, it's called the Caro swept top. I think I've probably like sold it just long enough ago that I can't just use the template, which is annoying. But it's got this zip that goes all the way around. It goes all the way around the other side. So I've got to faff around photographing that. Yeah, all zones. Size small. That'll be a £25 job. It's got a little defect on it, which I now can't see. I know because I was looking at it at the time. Huh? What the hell? You know when you know that you've seen a hole in something? And the thing is, this is All Saints, so I know that it's got a hole in it because the brand tells me that it's got a hole in it. There it is, it's on the armpit. So it's like, it's a minor hole, but just enough that I've got to deal with it. It's not gone through either. Oh, it has gone through. Right, so yeah, that's what I've got to do. I've got my things. I'm gonna knock the guys over. I've got these little pegs that I put on things, but I'll remember where that is because I'm going to do those sewing jobs today. They're gonna get done. God, there's loads here. I had no idea that I'd managed to like get so much. It felt like a bust at my parents', and then I'd been to some other shops and I didn't realise that I'd like amassed so much stuff. Right, these are some basic trousers. These always do quite well for me. I get like £25. These actually look nicer now that I've got them in the daylight. They're like purple. They're quite a nice purple and blue. So I knew, looking at that lining, I knew that that was Ted Baker. So where is it? Every time with Ted Baker, it's like a hunt. So Ted Baker. If you ever find Ted Baker in the shops and they're wool trousers, inside the back pocket, that is where the care label is. So the care label is there. It's actually really nice and crispy. These are the Bronto trousers. It's also got the size there. So 32 regular. So if you ever wonder with a pair of trousers from Ted Baker, it's in the back pocket with the sizes and the rest of it, because you can spend ages looking at it thinking what's going on here. So that's a good 25 quid. They're in really new condition, so I'm really happy with that. Trousers. They've got two coats here which are fairly decent. This one is very decent. Fairly decent. So we paid £4 for this, and it is Steve McQueen. I always do this. Alexander McQueen. Terrible. I shouldn't be in this. I have a Alexander McQueen which is faked. I think the thing is that people often think it's fake because that looks like somebody's just come on with a felt tip and just gone through the logo. So I know that this is genuine because I've got a fake one and I've had, you know, genuine ones. I've undersold as well some of the Alexander McQueen, so I've got to do my research into this, because I've done a little bit of research on soft shell jackets by Alexander McQueen. Let's have a look in here. It's got to have some money in the pocket, surely. I mean, if you can donate this level of designer to a charity shop, you've got to leave money in the pocket. Yeah. So care label. That's what a care label looks like with Alexander McQueen. I've looked and I've looked at this. The stitching is fine. For the most part, sometimes these are off colour and then they're not necessarily fixed on straight if they're fake. And there's always just something, the print when they're fake on these just doesn't look right. So this is genuine. I'm more than happy to say that. However, I haven't been able to find anything with this sort of like cube patch on it. So I'm gonna have to like dig around, but everything to me says that this is genuine. Yeah, I can't see why there would be any reason why that was fake. It's just been worn. I need to debobble the top bit, the neckline. It is what it is. This should be branded as well, shouldn't it? Or should it? I mean, it's not, the toggle isn't branded, but it's quality. This should be branded, but it isn't. Maybe it is fake. Right, I'm gonna have a good look at this. Don't know. You'd think that it would have brandings on the poppers. I mean, if this is a fake, it's a very good fake. I'm going to have to do some real checking and see if others have got branding on the poppers. But there's so few out there, it's really hard. I think the thing is that people don't put, they just put padded jacket, and to me it's a soft shell jacket, but then I suppose this is a padded jacket as well, and this is good stuff. This is one of the things that I got of my parents. This should be a good one. I mean, me and Icebreaker Merino, I found one base layer top that had a hole in it, which I repaired, and that was at work, and it was going in the rag, and I was like, no. And my boss at the time was like, what are you going to do with it? I said, I'm going to repair the hole and sell it. Oh, you never do that. And I did get 20 quid for it. But, and I think the only reason that I was able to find this coat is because we were in a heat wave and it was dripping, everybody was dripping with sweat and nobody wanted to move. And if you were in a charity shop, you certainly weren't thumbing through the coats, which were making you feel hot, just thumbing through them. But anyway, I went and I thumbed through the coats and I found this. So this, I think, is a £150 coat. I've looked it up, so should better get 100 for it. I've paid £6. It's weird. It says so the code is 29th of June, so it must have been there since the 29th of June would be when they would take it off the shelf, because it was the end of June when I was there. I'm forgetting what day it is. Really weird. Anyway, I don't know. Charity shops do these in different ways. Usually the date which is on there is the date that they pull it from stock. It's not the date that they put it out, it's the week or the date whereby they take it off the shop floor because it's been there for an amount of time and it hasn't sold. And that is usually 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks at Cancer Research. You'll see stuff that's been there since donkey's years, because let me tell you, culling is not a priority. Culling is not a priority. It's only when like shelves are like, you know, when stuff's falling around that people, that culling happens. Anyway, I am very happy with this. I will list it now, regardless of the fact that it's the wrong time of year to list it. But I will list and wait rather than wait and list, because I haven't got a limited, I have a featured shop, so I've got plenty of listings, so I'm happy to do that. I need to take the tag off that and make sure I've actually put it on the spreadsheet, because I've just come in and like dumped things, hence why I need to, although I need to like do very little today and just rest, I'm doing stuff because standing at an ironing board and prepping clothes isn't that stressful. This is a UK 14. It is just a Bowden dress. But obviously this, I probably need to prioritise. £4 on that. More than I like to pay for Bowden, but this will sell. Pineapples, decent size, maxi dress with a tie. Yeah. That should be 25 to 30 on that. So I'm happy with that. Take the tag off that, darling. Now, what have we got here? Why is there another coat here? I don't even remember picking this up. Oh my god! Oh, this smells as well. It smells of fabric softener. I've got a Berghaus coat. I need to wash this because I know it's covered in bits. So this is going in the washing machine. So I'm not dealing with this today. I don't have that much luck selling Berghaus. This will not sell until the winter, but I know that it's a decent pickup. £4 into £40, maybe more. I will look into that. I don't want to wave it around, although it smells of washing powder. Oh, this is my washing to do. So that's something when I did my stock take that had dropped off. So's that, and that needs washing. So that'll go on that pile. So this has nothing to do with what I'm doing at the minute. That's just my stuff to do. So this is the last item. Yeah, so the Berghaus jacket. I know there's marks on the back of it because I know there's marks on the back of it. So I need to like wash that. And then there's like hair and guff in all of the, what do we call it without getting branded? The hook and loop tape. So I need to deal with that. And then the last thing, this needs a wash now. It's just got fluff on it. It's another COS jumper, menswear. This should be slightly more desirable because it's got this really cool. So it's got the block colour block patterning, but it's also got this zip pocket on the chest. So that should, I'm hoping, take it up to the £30 mark. Is that white or is that blue? It's really weird. Oh, that's blue. Yes, that's sky blue. So yeah, I think that'll do well. I'll try for £30 on that and see if that's totally unrealistic, but that is a size medium, so that's not so bad. So I seem to have more menswear than I have women's wear, which is odd. So this is the stuff which I'm going to get prepped and ready, and that's the thing that you need to look out for. So that needs to go over there, and I thank you for watching. Because it's late in the day, I don't want to sit here rabbling on anymore. I need to get on with this. I think I'm only going to be able to put this on. I'm only going to be able to prep this and put it on the ironing board and check it for stains and the rest of it, because I won't have time to photograph it. I say that because the light, these two windows here, which you can't see, these two windows here create too much light on the floor for me to do flat lays without it being a pain in the arse. So there's going to be no photographing today. I'm just going to get myself ahead of the game. Hopefully then I can do photography on Monday morning when I'm off. Just try and do that before I do my post and just get myself ahead. Because otherwise things are not going to happen. I'm in a better place next week to get some work done, because I'm on evening shifts rather than morning shifts, because everything's just been a pain in the arse this week with my work shifts, but next week that is not the case. So thank you for watching and putting up with nearly an hour of me. So goodbye from me, goodbye from Stephen and Simon, oh, and the random badger. Thank you for watching. I'll be back again soon. I will definitely be back on Monday, because I'm going to go through this with you. This is all the stuff which my relatives have given me, so there should be some good stuff in here, but I'm going to go through it on camera so you can see my thinking process, because some of it's going to go to charity. So I'm going to show you what I get rid of and what I keep. So I'll see you on Monday. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.